Good morning, everybody. How are we all doing today? Like you can answer me, huh?
Hi,
I got
Ken.
some.
Good morning, Debbie. How are you?
Hi, good morning, Colleen. So good to hear your voice. Thank you so much for being on the webinar with me this morning. We've got a great group of people. You know, Taylor did a press release yesterday, and wow, we got a lot of interest in the new Paragon Connect app. Yes, it's an app. How exciting. We've got a lot of people on so far. Got a few more coming in. As you can see, I got
Got
this nice.
a lot of familiar names too. Tom Nouveau. We've got Rick Hopeorder, Paul Fujimoto. Lots of faces we've seen recently. Jerry
Yeah,
Funnell. So good to have everybody here on a Friday.
I think Paul was the first one in here this morning too. So, and look, we have some sunshine. Oh, isn't that beautiful?
It looks so nice on your red hair too when you sit there.
Yeah.
Sometimes when we're having our morning meeting, I'm like, oh, that is really nice. It's just a nice sight to wake up to.
Sunny, 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 sunny.
Who can believe it's going to be 50 in Michigan in December before Christmas?
I
I mean,
know,
how
I love it.
lucky are we?
I opened the
So
door to let the dogs out this morning. I'm like, wow, it's not even painful out there. It was 40 degrees. I'm like,
I
yes, I love
know
it.
it is nice. I got to tell you, it's going to be a little outside work, I think, today when we're done. So,
Yeah, I have a few last things to do out there. I've got all the Christmas lights are up outside, but I did, this Christmas light bulbs, the big things. I don't know what you
mhm.
call them anyway. But one of them, they were half opened up as my husband noticed that when my son did it. And so I can actually
Aw,
go out there and fix them today.
it is. It's beautiful. I got to say, it's nice. I hope we're not going to pay for this in February. So
Ooh, I'll bet you a dollar we are.
I know, but I'm going to enjoy every moment I can for sure.
All right, well, I'm going to share my screen here. Make sure I got, yep, there we are. So there's my phone, my lovely phone with all of my containers. If you guys haven't organized your phone like this, I have to have everything in its place. That's just the way I am. And I have a whole folder here called real estate. And I am going to be operating both here, so I might be a little slower than if I was just working on my phone. But I want you guys to see where I'm tapping. I've got a nice large cursor because I hate it when people are, oh, it's over here, it's over here, over here. I'm like, where? I don't know where you are. So my kids dog me for having this big giant cursor saying I'm old. I'm like, well, it's because I teach. They're like, fine. So in my real estate container, I'm going to open that up. So I will show you where I'm tapping on the computer screen while I'm tapping on my phone. You'll see that Paragon Connect is right here. This is now an app. It loads so quick. All I need is a little Face ID. If I'm actually looking at it and not yakking away, see how quick it is. So all you need to do is download it from the App Store. So let's go over to the App Store, show you where that's at. There's my App Store at the very top center. And I'm simply going to tap my search at the bottom right. And search. And here it is right here. You'll see that I've already got it downloaded. So I would open, you would download it and install it. And once I've done that, so where my icons are, so if it would download back here, I would simply take this icon, press and hold it, and then that would be editing my bookmarks. I take it and drag it right on top of another one. So I take this, if I can do both at the same time, drag it over on top of something, and it will create a folder. And I simply just drop it in there. Now I've got a whole icon called lifestyle. Interesting. I better take that out of there so I don't know if I've lost it. Very simple. So the Paragon Connect, yes, it's an app. It's amazing. We do know that RealComp has got Paragon Connect now too, and theirs is not an app. They will not be in the App Store. It is not compatible with the software that they use. So we are rather lucky that it's now in the App Store. You can easily find it. Just search for My Real Source, and it's there because you do have to pick your MLS. So I'm going to go into, I already had that open. close out the App Store. So when you log into Paragon Connect, you'll see that it is buyer-centric. They believe that you're just there looking at your buyers, but as Colleen always tells me, Debbie, when we're opening the app, we want to do a search of what's around us. Paragon finally got smart. They put a location search right at the top because, as Colleen was saying, it's click here, and click here before you ever get to it. And then, with working with the developers, that's how we do it. Colleen's out in the field. She's a great listing agent. She's an active realtor and has been for a few years.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
So, and that's the great thing. We have the industry knowledge that is here, and we have a great communication with Paragon to make sure that we're getting things in here that we want, because we know HomeSnap was ripped away from our hands and we couldn't do anything about that. Boy, Colleen, wouldn't it have been cool if we could have actually bought that app and said, no, we'll just keep it, thank you.
Oh God, yes, I miss it. I'm going to be honest.
Yep. So they did replace it with homes.com. It was very inferior to begin with. They are starting to build back up to where they need to be. So everybody seems to be in a rebuilding process right now. It's like, okay, so back to Paragon Connect app. You'll have your headshot here. It is buyer centric, but as I was saying a second ago, location services are what you're really doing. So now it's a one tap on that main screen. Let's go ahead and tap into there. And this is an all fields detail, or your all classes search. So here's, well, if you haven't changed your location from your office, let's change it to my home in my lovely St. Clair here. It will show me active, pending, and closed for the last 12 months. So as you'll see on here, there's green, there's purple. Those are the two colors here. So green is active, purple is pending. And let's see, which one is a nice, let's open up this $240,000 one right here. So I just tap into that. Oh, and you also see those clusters, which if you're not familiar with it, I'm gonna go ahead and do. I'm gonna close this. So you just tap close. I wanted to show you one thing, because people do miss this. See, there's a 2 here, a 2 here. Those I just expand with 2 fingers and it'll show me the 2 listings that are here. It's just clustered together. So I'm move back out. I can also use my plus and minus on the right hand side. So let's tap into this listing down here, see what we have. And immediately you see, here's your share icon on the right hand side. Because a lot of times, what are you doing? Looking for a listing to send to your client. So I can share this out right here. So let's tap into this. Look at all of your options. I can email it to my client. I can text it, just copy the link, share it to Facebook, and even tweet it if I'd like. So I'm going to show you how I would text this. So I'm going to simply tap the text. And on my phone, it's going to open right up into my messages. I will pick myself, if I could actually type my own name. So we were talking about the voice to text on here, which I can't wait to show you guys. And I simply tap send. And ta-da, see, there we are. Now, the one drawback I will show you, this is just view property details. So you have to be conscientious of this. We've requested Paragon, could you please put a property address down here? Maybe it's kind of helpful. As Colleen said earlier, she's like, well, what happens if you're sending them 5 listings? Like the blue one, the yellow one, or if they're all red brick, good luck with that. So you simply tap into this one. So you get that full detail here. So it looks exactly like a single property Collab Center link. Scroll down, you got all the information here. So this is opening up in the web browser. So I'm just going to simply change back over to Paragon Connect app. There we go. So here's all my options here. Now I can text and I can also recommend this one. So, you can do agent recommended listings, and that goes into their Collab Center. So a text is a one and done, but if you actually do the agent recommended, it gets into their Collab Center. And if there's going to be any changes on this listing, so what if this price drops to something that's in their price range? Then they're going to get a notification and you don't have to babysit this. So let's tap that agent recommended. All you do is choose a contact. I'm going to send it to my husband. and hit send. Wow, recommended listing has been sent. Look at that. And it's just, it seems to be a little harder than that on Paragon proper. So there are some things that are really, really cool in here. So I can put this in my listing cart, but that's just a place for me to save it. The agent recommended, and now we have the third-party integrations. Debbie, what are third-party integrations? Here you go. It's easier to show you. So we've integrated Paragon with all of these other products. So that's that third-party stuff. Cloud CMA. So yeah, I can even create a flyer on the go. Yep, you can. I mean, yeah, you know, if you want, you can. If that's where you're working at and you got to get it done, if you're riding in the car, like I've gone to golf outings with a realtor sitting beside me who has had to work the entire way and only had their phone with them. And it's like, dang, that's amazing. So you can get that done. Absolutely amazing. So they can also create a property report for their clients as well. And you've got 3 links over to Realist. You get that full property detail report here. You have RPR and of course showing time, because there is going to be a time that you're going to need to schedule a showing on that one. So it opens it right up, pick your client and schedule your showing. So let's go back to Paragon Connect there. All right, now remember, because this is the app, it's going to behave a lot better than just opening it up on the web. Because before we actually got it in the App Store, it was a web app. So it really means you're opening up on a browser. But because it's an app, there's some really cool things. You can do the refresh, the X in the back, really awesome. So just close this out and you'll have your left and right buttons here at the bottom left. So there's really great. And even one last thing, we got driving directions in here too. And then I want to show you the photos. So we got driving directions, and yes, you can even print if you've got an air printer, go for it. If this was my listing, I could edit the listing. And here's a great thing, full listing edit in here, not just 3 or 4 pieces. You can do everything in here. And that's the amazing piece. Now we also have the ability to edit photos, because there are still some people that do not know how to get their photos from the camera to the computer. You know, it is a skill you have to learn. So you can do this on your phone. With some of the newer iPhones and the other phones as well, they take some good photos. Even Taylor is starting to teach in class, and she's actually allowing people to be on the iPhone, what is it, the Pro, because they do take better photos. Colleen, have you ever done any listing photos with your camera your phone as of yet?
I have, you know, sometimes if I know that I'm going to go back and take photos, or, you know, if it's a cloudy day and I just need to get a photo, maybe I'm just starting the partial, or if I need to get it in very quickly and I know I'm going to come back and take better photos, then I've done that. Or if, you know, we're losing daylight and I need to get some quick photos just as kind of a temporary until I can take better. So I've done that.
Awesome. Very cool. Very cool. And of course, we also have the report listing issue, which in Paragon proper is called the corrections button. I think this actually says it a little bit better, report a listing issue. And now what I want to show you is one of the newer additions. This is expanding all of those photos. Let's tap into that. And now here's all the photos. You can toggle on and off the labels and descriptions, because, you know, sometimes they cover up a portion of this photo, so you don't always want them there. So if you want to just scroll through the entire photos, I mean, I love labels and descriptions, but, you know, sometimes you need to see them. And you can easily expand each photo too. So if you need to look into this one, get a better look, they're all right there. So let's go ahead and close out of here. So those are those things that you can do with the listing. So with this listing, you can do so much. Driving directions, text it, agent recommended, schedule a showing, so many things from here. Now, Colleen will tell you there's still, we'll all tell you, there's still some improvements to be done here. Colleen, you were looking at an apartment complex the other day. Tell me what you were doing. So sometimes you do have to go someplace else to find all the information you need.
Sure. Actually, we were looking at that Lafayette building, which is a downtown Detroit condo building, and we were looking to just immediately find all of the units in that building that were actively for sale. And so again, opening right to that app is helpful. And that I will say that near me button really helps. So if you're standing there, you can quickly see all the units that are around. But it would be nice, in my opinion, as an agent, the thing that we do the most is obviously searching on the map. The other stuff is great and it's gravy. And I think of what's coming in this app, I'm very excited. The fact that you could be at the grocery store and Sally Sue can say to you, hey, I was just getting ready to call you. I want to start looking for that house. And you can literally on your phone go in and set Sally Sue up. And while you're standing there, she can get the welcome to her search email, so she gets those auto prospect notifications. And I love that coming soon, you'll be able to import contacts from your phone very easily. So I think it's really going to be great. I'm excited because I just wanted to get it that much there. I know they say first quarter. I just want to rush it because I'm excited about the new stuff that's coming. So if that makes sense.
Yes, I love it. So we also have access to your buyers right here and your sellers. So I don't have sellers. So what I'm going to show you today, I'm going to show you how to assume a person's ID. So if you're working on a team or if you have an agent under you that you need to assume their ID, however case may be. So I know there's teams. I know because I'll be assuming Ed Martin's ID. He works on teams. And they have been assuming IDs, editing listings, and it's absolutely amazing. So I will have to assume an ID to show you that. So here's my buyers.
Debbie, you couldn't do that in HomeSnap. So it is exciting that they have added that. I love that feature.
See, there we go. We got one on a HomeSnap.
That's right. So and we'll have a lot more coming up first quarter. So I'm excited about that.
So on my homepage, here's my buyers here. I'll do them 1 second. So we do have some quick actions right here. The power search, which is the same at the top up here. I want to show you that in a minute. Listings near me, same as up top here. Residential search. Now, a lot of things you'll find in more than one place because we make it easy. Maybe you just want to go to the 3 bars up in the top left to see property searches or my contacts. You can do it either way. So, but there are some really cool pieces down here. Here's edit my listings. Now you guys will not see create a listing here because of my high security clearance in Paragon. I see it. Brian will not turn it on for the membership. Just saying. I have all of my saved searches right here. So if I click into there, and what I like about this, so the ones that are mine do have my photo here. So I think at the bottom, I've got one for Dawn. And I've got her contact information down there. Oh, here's my buyer, Debbie Gmail Fajardo. So there's my alter ego. So most of these are mine. So at any time, I can go right in and let me see. That's not going to be a saved search. I can run the search. I can edit the search from here too. And poof, you'll see that. So even if you're out with the client, because remember HomeSnap, you could see all your saved searches in Paragon. So of course, this is Paragon. So you will naturally see all your saved searches for your clients. Here they are here. Again, you can email, text. I mean, they're their listings, they have them too, but always when you need to send something, this is like working with Dave. Can you send me that? It's on your calendar today. Oh, just send me that, okay?
That is the easy button.
Yes. So I'm going to go back and even check this out. I can delete it and unassign my contact right from here. So if Debbie Gmail Fajardo is done with her searches, I can simply, and actually this is Bernie Buyer. If Bernie is done with the searches, I can unassign that contact, just remove it, and they are off. So, and of course, whatever I need to do, save search for Bernie, I can simply just delete that one too, and delete, and delete. So a lot of things that you can do in here. So let's go back to the home page. I think use the one at the bottom, quickly maneuver through here. So I'm going to go, we've got all this here. There's my unpublished listings. So I can go in, edit these, do what I need. All right. So one of the other things that I absolutely love is we were talking about this morning too. Now, voice to text, it has been enabled in Paragon proper for a while now, but who uses it on a computer? I mean, I got a full keyboard. I don't need it, but it does work here because this morning, as I'm trying to search for a listing and I'm typing it in, you know, like this, I'm typing it in, I'm fat fingering it, I get nothing. Like, oh, because I got a 9 instead of a 0. So I'm going to tap the microphone to the bottom right, 501-291-87. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. How easy is that? Because how many times have you typed, oh, backspace, type backspace. I hate feeling frustrated. So here is my listing that I know where it's at. I could have put an address here too. If I knew it was 20 Old Course Road, I could have simply said that. I can text it out again, same things, driving directions, third-party integrations, agent recommended, listing card, whatever I need to do. So I do love that piece too. I'm going to close this out. Close out my power search. The notifications from the MLS. Important update. It's here. Go back. Actually, let's see, my back button is the best there. And in the top right is your hot sheet report. Now, if there was anything new, you would have a little red marker here. So there's nothing new in my hot sheet report. And if I were to try to click it, it'll just simply tell me there's no alerts found. So that's only my alert button. So what I would have to go in and run a hot sheet report, and that's under the properties. So I have the near me, again, hot sheet tours and open houses. So if you haven't used the hot sheets before, it's very cool. Pick your criteria, move on from there. And of course, finding any open houses and tours. See, from the 3 bars on the left, you have full access, all your contacts. The easy CMA, you know, it's nothing like letting the system do your work for you, which Colleen and I are not a big fan of. We like to do the search ourselves. I mean, sure, in a pinch, okay, I got an easy CMA, send it out to your client, but I'm going to go home, do the research, and really look at this. So some people would say it would do more damage setting them a report that you haven't really done a lot of work on first. It's a matter of your opinion, your business practices. Here I have access to my listings. Here is another great one. Am I looking for somebody? So I'm going to go into members, and not an office, but I want to look for a member. And search an agent name, tapped into there. And again, I have that voice recognition because if I can't type out Colleen DeLang, I can say it. Colleen DeLang, and search. And there we go. We will have all of her profiles. She has to keep membership everywhere.
Few places for sure.
We need her in everywhere. And simply here she is. Now I can call her, email her. I have everything right here that I need. Her web page. Oh, no web page there, sorry. So there we go. You got all that information right at your fingertips. Those were some of the things that were in HomeSnap as well. All right, so I'm going to go back. Now, one of the things Colleen had mentioned about, if you're sitting there with Betty Buyer and all the back. If you're sitting there with Betty Buyer, maybe you're at the basketball game and she's wondering, she's thinking about buying, and you can set her up on searches very quickly here. Now, there is only one way to do it. Some people do go from the contacts. You cannot add a new search from the contacts. You have to go in from searching. So either it's, if you want to do the listings near me, could be, we're not, but you're mostly going to go to the 3 bars, to the properties, and you will come up with all your options just like in Paragon. So I'm going to go residential.
But you will be able to add a contact, right, Debbie, in the first quarter?
Yes, yes.
Awesome.
So you can add a contact, but what Colleen was specifically talking about was the ability to bring in your contacts from your phone.
Right.
That is amazing. That is absolutely amazing. All right, so I do want to draw your attention in the upper right-hand corner. What's the binoculars? So if you're looking for a particular field, just tap the binoculars and it will bring you to a search. If you actually tap the binoculars, search for a field. So if you're looking for features or something like that, you can find it right there. So I could either search by map, my type, hit the down arrow. I want residential and apply. Status, I want to go to active, all my actives and apply. Scroll down. Then I'm going to go into St. Clair. Now this I do want to type into. If I do the down arrow on this one, it's going to, I'd have to scroll through all of those. And I just type in Clair, St. Clair, tap that here, done. And I'm going to go ahead. I have 15 results up top, so now I know I can easily search. So now I found the active list, and I could have added, price in there, a whole bunch of more stuff, but for class, I don't need to go through all of that. It's there. You're familiar with Paragon. So from here, how do I get this to my client? Those three dots in the upper right-hand corner, tap that, save the search. And it's actually easier to do this here. So I am going to set this into Debbie. I need to save my search. I'm going to call it Debbie and basketball. We met her at basketball practice and assign the contact. So if I haven't put Debbie basketball in here, I would simply add her on the fly. So I would tap here, add the names, Debbie Fajardo. Look at that. It knows how to spell my own name. Now, I bet you $1 I could not do voice to text on this one, but maybe. Might even be quicker. WNMI. Okay, good. There we go. And save in the upper right-hand corner because that's all I need. First name, last name, and their email address. Save. So now I've created my contact on the fly. And I don't have to personalize that welcome message. It's already there. And I just tap save. And you see that it was going to the Collaboration Center. Those are the notifications that they're going to get. Now, they will go to your client immediately and you immediately as well. So if you want to change that, you just go into your contacts and edit that. But for now, that seems to be the most widely used is immediate. So, and you can always change it up a little later. So that was as fast as it took to get them on the Collab Center, which is absolutely amazing. I love that piece. Okay, so now I love this. And you guys, you've seen these, it is fantastic. If I click into a listing, I do want to show you this. When I click into a listing, the report view that you get is the all fields detail. So you have everything here. And your documents are here too. So that is amazing. Absolutely amazing. The site Woodlands selection sheet. So this is the new build. So everything that you see in Paragon is already here for your clients. Isn't that amazing? The details, agent office, of course, this is yours. So that's why you'll see agent office. Photos, it's amazing. Map view, street view. So when you go into the map view, you know what it looks like. That's easy. The street view is what I love. And this is one of Colleen's favorites too. So I can simply roll around to see what the area looks like. Spin, turn. How awesome is that? So must have been garbage day. I get to see what the neighbors look like.
It's always like that,
You
right?
know, at least somebody wasn't out there pulling weeds bent over you.
Yeah, out there cutting the grass with their shirt off or
Oh
something.
boy. Oh boy. That's why Donnie doesn't cut the grass anymore.
Hey, Debbie, we just had one question. I think you mentioned it, but maybe you can mention it again. The question was, hold on, let me read it exactly. Do we sign in with our Paragon login? And if so, how would I go about resetting my password? It's automated on all my devices, so I don't know it.
Oh, nuts. I believe we talk about this issue all the time about, it's automatically logged in because, and I tell you, I had to log in recently. I'm like, I had to go look up my password because,
Me too.
so it is your Paragon username and password. And I don't see a place on here to reset password. I haven't tried it. I would maybe go under settings. I don't think it's there, but profile system. Nope, it's not gonna be there. I would try in Paragon proper. That would be where I would go in and update my password. And if you're having trouble, just have tech support help you. That's what they're there for. Yeah, I didn't see it on the app. Yeah, I didn't see it anywhere in there. Maybe that's one thing, update or change password. That's a great one to put on the list.
Oh, I found it, Debbie. Actually, wait. Oh, no, you have to be you can change your password, but you have to be in the profile to do that. So scratch that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's not as helpful. Let me see if I can find a back door while you're doing that.
Yeah, that's totally obvious. Once you just go into Paragon, so you can
Yeah.
change the password, so you can find out what your password is.
Yes, exactly. Yes, no, that I'm like change password here, but wait, it
Yeah.
only works if you're logged in.
Of course, staff can also do a forced password. So it's Katrina, right? Yeah. So if yeah, contact admin, awesome. So if necessary, we could always do that after class. Just log in and force that password. Cool. All right. So we've done, we go home, so you guys see everything here. So we've done items at the top. You've got your location search, power search, notifications, and hot sheet. So you have your buyers are here. So if you want to go in and see what your buyers are doing. Now it's only going to be your most active buyers at the top there. It's not going to see everybody. So I can go in, see what she's got, buyer activity. Now here is a great piece here. Communications and message history. So your message history is what? Listings that have been sent to your client. How many times have you had your client say, oh, you remember that listing you sent me this morning? I'm like, sure, of course I do. You're on automatic emails. I didn't do it. So I can go right into the message history and see what was there, 12/7, 12/1. So you'll see all the activity that's here. Just tap into this one. 2 new matches. Keep tapping in and you find it there. Ta-da! Look at, oh yeah, I was so excited about that listing. Port Huron. Oh, that's a little better, much better. So you see, you have it right there on your phone. So it's the ability to be answering those questions from your clients. Yeah, you know, the one you sent me this morning. Oh crap, I better look that up right now. Just go to the main screen. So let me show you one more time. So from home, this is an active buyer. So I might have to scroll through my active buyers. There's Lisa. I'll just tap into the name here, scroll down to message history. It was yesterday's, no, it's not yesterday's, but 23rd. So if it was today's email, tap into it. There was one, what's an open house? Okay. And that was what she was sent. Ta-da. That quickly. It is very responsive, very quick. So we're getting there. We are getting, I've been teaching this class for a year and a half, and and it was like pulling teeth getting staff on board because they're like, well, there's a lot missing. There's a lot missing. Yes, there is. But it has a place and it's finally getting higher up in the rank and I love it. So I just tap the home button there. All right. So we have Buyers, sellers are going to come last because remember, I have to assume an identity. So what else can we do up here at the top left? Fat fingered. Home, properties, we saw the property search. You can access all of your contacts, easy CMAs, listings, members, we did it. Resources, Debbie, what's under resources? Almost everything. And again, like we said, there's still pieces. What's missing in resources? Transaction desk. But, okay, so transaction desk isn't there. We've got so many other things. Rent spree, cloud CMA, RPR, community reports. Don't forget about Cubicasa. I think I'm doing a Cubicasa class next week. So Cubicasa is our floor plans. Get a floor plan on every listing with, yes, this same device here. You simply walk around the house, get the floor plan. You could do it at no charge at all if you want to, or spend $11.25 and put fixed furniture in there. It's awesome. With a 24-hour turnaround time, I love it. So look, you got your property inventory links. Are you dilly-dallying on your phone? You got time to spare? Go into your property inventory links and share your listings out on social media right there. Oh, Lamps is in there. I thought it wasn't. We have Laura. You see, here's only Zip Forms is in here so far. I don't know how they made it to the top of the list, but they did. Transaction Desk and Authentisign. But remember, Transaction Desk is an app as well. So just open that up and go from it there. Get your class registrations. Your recorded webinars are right here. CE Marketplace, and of course, my favorite education corner right here. You can access our flipping book. I love the flipping book. Colleen and I have so much fun with it. So I simply just tap through right there, see what's coming up.
I do love flipping book. That is a great find.
And don't forget, I know a lot of you have been in the business long enough. I mean, you don't need a roadmap to success class. If you've got newer agents coming on board, you know some new agents, let them know about Colleen and Dawn's Roadmap to Success class. It is a 3-part series designed to get them rocking and rolling. It is amazing. So I'm going to go to
a good way to start the new year, right? With some leads and some contacts.
Yes, definitely. So the education corner, the way it's designed, it's alphabetical, a description on the class. We have a YouTube link that goes to all of the Collab Center classes for this one, or if it's creating CMAs, we have the YouTube playlist just for CMAs or just for Collab Center, and of course your registration button. And that's what it's all about. All right, so let's go back to Paragon Connect. And that is everything in your resources. Let's go to the back button, up to the top. And of course, you've got my content, which is really just my listing cards. That's it. And you can even update your settings now too, which is good. All right, so now what do we need to do? I want to show you how to edit a listing. So I need to go over to somebody that has a listing. I hold a license. I do not actively list and sell. So this little down arrow at the top, what do we got here? Let's tap that. Tap it actually. I have the assume identity right here. So assume identity. I just tap into who do I need? I'll go with Ed Martin. At least I pick, see, look, fat fingers. As I say, at least I pick someone easy to spell. There we go. I just tap Ed's name. So if you're working on a team, and then the upper right, assume. And these are things that the other MLSs don't have. Now remember, even though Real Comp is brought on Paragon Connect, they don't have the app. They don't have the integrations that we do. They don't have all the data that we do. And we've been working with Paragon for years. We've got this down to a science. We've perfected it. Not every Paragon is same. When we brought on the Upper Peninsula, they were using Paragon. We brought them on board with our Paragon, and it was very different because the way we've customized things, it's very amazing. All right, so here I am in Ed Martin's. You see his team, so that's why his team is assuming IDs of each other because they're co-listings. So of course, if you're co-listing with somebody, you want to be able to edit that listing. So if Ed has listed the property, but I'm either a co-lister or a member of his team, then I need to be able to have access to that listing. So not just in the buyers, but in the sellers. So if I want to add, and you'll love this one, if I want to add my seller onto my listing, here's how I do it. I'm going to go into my sellers. That's where all my listings, you'll see all of them right there. And I can assign a contact right from each one of these ones. You'll see assign a contact. Where was the one with little Christmas lights on there? There's a Christmas bow. Here we go. I'm taking the Christmas present. That's my house. So I just tap in the plus to assign a contact. Now, if I don't have them as a contact, I simply just tap the plus. But I believe I am in here, so I'm going to use my magnifying glass. Type in Debbie or Sebi. See, I should start using my talk to text more when I can't even spell my own name. There we go. And I just tap Debbie. And you'll love this. See how easy it is to turn on your sellers to the Collab Center and they get their notifications. So in here you can do daily or weekly. Let's just stick with the weekly email updates. So go weekly. And then the agent email updates, I'm going to go weekly. And how do you save it? Save. Boom, you're done. The email has already been sent to your seller that says what the activity is. And if you haven't seen that in the Collab Center class, oh my gosh, it is amazing having your sellers on this. They get to see what's going on the listing. How many showings are there? How many open houses? How many people are liking it? How many agent recommended? How many views? It's a very powerful tool. All right, so see, look at that. And again, I can go into the listing as the agent. I can edit this. I can share, so up at the top right, edit my listings and my photos. So they've already done a great job on these. Look at the sky, it's beautiful. And of course, adding the Christmas lights and the bow is adorable. All right, close that out. Close that out. So now, how do I get back to my account? Same way I got in, that down arrow, and return to my account. And double checking, just yes, return. Successfully returned to your account. So this little tool right here has gotten even more powerful. So yes, it is an app. It is amazing. It is so much better than RealComp's version because they can't even bookmark the page on here. So they have a security page on that front page. So they can't even go directly into their Paragon. They got to go to the front page, then go to the next, and go to the next, and go to the next, and log in. So I'm sure adoption is not going to be that well. You see how easy it is to open this up. I'm going to close that. Simply go to my real estate, Paragon, Face ID, and I'm in. Boom, done. Ta-da. See how fast that is. Awesome. So Colleen, do we have any other questions in here?
I don't see any other questions. I think we answered all of them.
Awesome.
A lot of people saying thank you.
Awesome.
Yes, and I think Katrina, I think the best plan for that is probably just going into Paragon proper, as Debbie said, and resetting your password there, and then you'll have the proper password to use for the app going forward. So hopefully that helps.
I can probably force change that password too. So do
or
that.
Debbie can force change it. You'll get an email and you can do it that way.
So yeah, I will do that here in a little bit. I still have that up.
She says, I think I know how to change it. Again, if you want Debbie to change to force the password for you, we can do that. She said, thank you, Debbie. That would be great if you could do that.
Cool. Force it, send that, and yes, and save. All right, you should be good. Should have an email there. All right. So you still can access Paragon Connect on the desktop as well, just so you know that. And there was one thing I was going to show you just a second ago. Oh, the Realist report. Because remember, Realist, they used to have an app a long time ago, and then they discontinued it. I don't know why. So I want to show you a great way to get into Paragon on your phone without having to do the pinch and squeeze opening up the full Paragon. So I'll just do a location search, tap something really close and quick. And let's see which one is, this one here is green. Into the third-party integrations. Nope, sorry, slightly miss that finger there. Third-party integrations. And the realist property detail. Just tap right into that. So that's going to get me the realist report for this property. And then you're like, well, Debbie, I was searching for something that wasn't in the MLS. Okay, well, here's your access point. You can launch realist in the upper left-hand corner. So yeah, it's a roundabout way of doing it, but you can. That's the point. Instead of saying, I can't even open it at all. So at least you have a backdoor into that when you're out and about. Oh, yep, Rick, we are recording this. And you know what, I do have handouts on the right-hand side of your screen. If you've got that closed, which usually I start with this, but I think I got so excited with Colleen this morning. I was just, teaching this class. So we have 3 handouts, and you guys know where the handouts are. Let me bring over Paragon for you guys.
I love that you put the recorded classes under resources. I think that's really helped people find them easily. So that's very cool.
Yes, we try to hide it everywhere.
Yeah.
So, where do you find all your handouts? In the MLS documents. Now, don't do the education one. That's for our vendored MLSs. They don't have all of the products that we do. So scroll down a little bit. You won't see all these other folders, but the one right below that will be My Real Source. And you want to go to the MIRS education. And simply just in the search bar, type in Connect. So that'll get you everything for Paragon Connect. Always on that search bar, less is more. So there's the Paragon Connect flyer. That's from Paragon themselves. I took out a few of the pages because it was so big. There's like 30 pages in there. Paragon Connect, creating Collab Center notifications. So when you want to set up a client on Collab Center notifications, it's right there. Practice it, because there's nothing worse than doing this on the fly and you're like, because it can be a little clunky at times. I've been teaching it for long enough. I know where they are. So practice it. Because I remember once upon a time, I think it was in HomeSnap, they had remember walk the property lines?
Yes.
Well, I tried doing that on, I tried doing that on the fly with my husband, totally failed. And he's like, oh, nice technology you have there. I'm like, stop, So
that
yes.
was kind of a hit or miss thing in there, because you're right. When you get out in more to the St. Clair and the rural areas, or like Bay City, but then if you do it in like Sterling Heights, it was pretty on. So I think it really depended where you were actually looking at that.
Yeah, and plus that was my first time using it, so there was that.
And then there's that.
Yeah. So start playing with this. Now that it's an app, it'll be so much easier to use. It's more responsive, and it's a very small app. It only takes up 10 megabyte it is. So it's not a lot of room on your phone, which is awesome. We thank them for that. Very good. So download the app. We are here for you. I'll be teaching this again January 9th. And I will also get this recorded and uploaded to our YouTube channel as all of ours. So I greatly appreciate all of y'all being here today. Colleen, thank you so much for handling the questions. You know what? If you guys are still here, I'm going to launch a poll. I got a little question to ask you guys. Have you started using Paragon Connect? Oh, 50-50. I love to see the numbers just go. So it's mostly no. Okay, so this is what you can start doing in Christmas break. I know we're busy with holiday parties. We're going everywhere, and we're doing a lot of stuff, decorating the houses. But don't forget to play with this. So yeah.
Hey, Debbie, we had one more question that came in
Oh, yes.
while you were launching that poll. The question is, how do you find BSNA from your phone
Oh,
to look up a property owner's name? If you don't have an address, but just an owner's name, is there a way to do that?
no BSNA yet. That's one of the ones that's on the list. So I would say, like from a property, I would go, we got to find that back door for the minute. Sometimes you just got to fake it. So I would use the Realist property detail. So I would launch Realist on my phone. So this is going to get me to that report. Then I launch it. Yes, it's a lot of steps, but if you're desperate and on your phone and you got to get it, okay, there's a few extra steps. Or actually, I would open Paragon on my phone, not Paragon Connect,
Yeah, you
and
could
then
do
go to
the
tax.
Paragon Pro, the original
Yeah,
Paragon right on your phone, and that
yeah,
would still allow you to do that.
that's probably
That
even
is
better.
one thing I miss. That is one thing I do miss in Homestep. I'm going to be honest, Debbie, is that you could get phone numbers for free, and they were pretty darn accurate. I mean, they
Yes,
were pretty. I was kind of impressed at the contact information you could get there. I'm kind of missing that a little bit. So,
because we do have Homes. This is getting better. Homes
yep.
is the one that it's CoStar owned both HomeSnap and Homes. And, they've got apartments.com. CoStar is huge. So, when you buy a product to kill it, you got
Yeah,
money.
yeah. No kidding. Wish they would have maybe thought that through a little bit
I
more.
know. How about just rename HomeSnap to Homes, please?
That would have
So
been nice. I would have voted that way. That would have been my. Uh-huh.
there we go. Yep. So
That's
we'll be teaching homes.com, I'm sure, before too long. Okay, so something's off today. Can we find this one? Ah, look at that. Homes Pro. Woohoo. Yeah, okay. Well, here, I can close this poll. Here, I will show you. Close the poll and share the results. So, like, yeah, 86% is still a no. We've got a few out there starting to use it. But we'll get there. We'll get there. Which is fine because not everybody needs to be on it because it's been a growing product. It's slowly but surely. There's some great pieces in there. There's some pieces like, oh, I need to use a different app for this. And that's all there is to it. You just got to know what product to use when. And that's really what it's all about. All right.
I thought you did a great job today, Debbie, and I think that's the last of our questions.
Oh, wonderful. All right. So I'm going to try this. Thank you again.
My pleasure. Thanks for letting me tag along.
Thanks, Colleen. Always appreciate having you on board. I tell you. Bye, everybody. We'll see you soon. Take care. And remember, as Colleen always says, sell, sell, sell.
That's right. Happy selling, everybody.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.